want 2K rumors and news, you in the right place. Want a community that's cool, you in the right space. You want tips, subscribe now and ring the bell. Then go to the park and give them hell. The Boot Squad is an organization with all winners. Soldiers up in formation, we all killers. And when you step on the court, yo, you're our dinner. When I play D in the...
All right, man. The streets been talking, man. They requested it. They wanted it. We finally got the collab going with your boy here. All right, we actually starting this podcast to cover all the weekly topics. Right, it's gonna be a weekly wrap up. We're gonna cover the hot topics, and we're gonna leave you with something at the end, some tips and tricks, of course. Right. So you don't know, it's your boy Brutalcity on the scene, wicked and mean.
You already know. All City fam, what is good? Brew Squad, stand up. We are out here. The Brutal City podcast is here. Who would have thought? We out here gonna give you that information. Let's get right.
You done know. All right, so we're gonna start it off. We're gonna talk about the meta builds and the most overpowered builds. You know the conversation right now with these short builds, man. What are your thoughts on them?
Hey, I know a lot. I'm not personally a left-right cheeser type of dude. There's something that I feel internally wrong about it. It's just, the idea, and I get it, man. We're playing 2K. It's not real basketball.
Yeah.
We try to live vicariously through 2K, and we work with what we got. We know the community.
Yeah,
we're always gonna figure this thing out.
Facts.
Always, there's always gonna be a cheese. So we got that out there, but I guess one of my concerns with these meta smaller builds is that, and it should be a concern of you guys out there as well, because we're just one small adjustment, one tiny adjustment from Mike Wayne to the blinders badge and the mismatch badge.
Yeah,
probably a GG for them smaller builds.
And you
out
think
there.
That's it? Yeah, but I think like they're gonna always have speed on their side though. Like if you think about it, they're gonna always have speed. They're gonna always have the left right cheese, because the shorter builds, they're the only ones that could have quick first step Hall of Fame. Remember that. That's gonna give them that burst. And we're not even going to talk about the assistance of that brick wall. I mean, that blinders badge and the mismatch, yeah, but that brick wall and that quick first step Hall of Fame and that left right cheese and quick stop. What are the conduits for that though?
That's what this year is about. This year is gonna be about that. It has to be about that because defense is so much better than we experienced in NBA 2K21. So, like you said, I believe the same. We're gonna have the left-right cheese, but how effective is the left-right cheese without blinders Hall of Fame being as OP as it is right now for those smaller builds, accompanied by mismatch expert, giving them a boost even when the defender is able to contest.
Yeah,
I think they make it there, they get it there, they rush through with their pick dodger, they get through the Hall of Fame brick wall, if you guys don't know, is OP.
Oh yeah.
So you think about it, the defense is there this year, but those badges are balancing out. In my opinion, I'm not saying we need to get rid of it. They're just creating a balance that kind of leans in favor for elite shooters. You have to be elite shooter. This ain't no regular run of the mill. You have to be an elite shooter out there to pull off this timing. So.
Well, I mean, that's if they patch it, because right now, we already got like sniper badge OP as hell, which helps them out, and the contest system is broke as hell as well. Because even when I'm with a 6'6", which I am creating a shorter build, by the way. I am working on one. I gave up, bro. I'm tired of fighting. I'm out there running around screens after screens, and these dudes and they send me messages calling me trash. It's alright. It's okay. I've been getting verbally abused for the past few weeks. It's okay. So I decided to make one. Because as I was saying, right, even if you contest the shot, they're making like high percent shot, like 20-some%. And that's frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I think the community, I just want to give a quick message to the community. I love that you guys always inquire about my trash. I mean, you guys are just, I know you guys are really nice people that you want to take out. I always get these messages, trash, and my trash goes out on Wednesdays. You guys are always, well, I appreciate you guys always. Nice
Oh,
community.
so I
And
was taking the wrong way.
yeah, you're taking it. They're just nice. They want to
Oh,
take
they
out your
want to know
trash.
take my
Just
trash.
stop.
Oh man. Oh my bad. My bad. Oh, see, don't put your boy up on game already, man. You see what I mean? I done left with something, man. All right. Let's talk about the patch real quick, man. Let's cover the patch real
Yeah.
quick. Yeah, there been a few patches. Of course. I'm gonna pull up the patch notes real quick. And I know, man. According to the patch notes, we're gonna cover current gen first, right? There's talk about fixing stability issues with people walking on water. Marcus, someone sent me a video this morning of them actually walking on water, so it actually wasn't addressed. The next thing is they actually added the ability for you to buy skill boosts from your phone. But oh, see, I was
Sorry,
told
go
I'm about to drop a quick bomb on you. What I was told
ahead.
is that what they really patched was a VC glitch. You think about that.
So when we take into consideration the idea that the game is suffering is from certain aspects, I think this year is absolutely awesome in comparison to 21. I love what they have done, and I'm appreciative for what the project that they created and delivered.
Okay.
But that doesn't, mean to say that everything is perfect and is peachy out there. It's not. There's some people, like you said, that are walking on water. There was a VC glitch out there, which we just found out about, and this patch was why isn't it transparent? First of all, say this is what you're patching. 2K, tell us. We're patching this VC glitch. This is what we want to make sure this doesn't happen. So in turn, we get a patch for the VC glitch. They're not transparent. There's a lack of transparency about it. But they do in turn, with that VC glitch patched, they then in turn make it easy for you to guys to purchase more boosts, in turn wasting your VC, in turn creating more microtransactions. So
And
something to
that is a
consider.
big issue this year already as it is, man. Cause
Yeah.
like I think it's NLSC made a post on Twitter which shows that in 2K14 you was actually able to create a player with 65,000 VC, get it to 85. And now you cannot even create a player with 100K that you're getting from the premium version of the game, man. What do you think about that?
Inflation at its finest. Jesus Christ. I'm like, we're not supposed to be experiencing inflation in a virtual city. There's no overhead. No, none of these companies have overhead.
Bro, during
So
the
why is there
pandemic,
inflation?
during the pandemic,
The pandemic.
people are
Yeah.
losing jobs. 2K say, nah, we don't care if you losing jobs, bro. We don't care.
Nah, this is what's going on is uncalled for. And again, it is not to. I'm not out here to bash 2K because I'm grateful for their product. I'm really grateful that we made a complete turnaround in 1 year. Now we're having fun at least.
Yeah.
We can count that. We're having fun out there. So if they have to be a little aggressive with these microtransactions, I could say this is probably the most balanced as far as aggressive microtransactions is the most balanced that has been in a couple years because we're actually getting things in return. They've been hell of aggressive over the last couple years. I mean, really aggressive and gave us nothing in return. I mean, nothing. At least we get some rewards here
You see?
from the season
Now,
pass.
this is where I'll disagree. I will disagree. And this is the beauty about this podcast. We're not going to agree on everything. I disagree
facts.
100%. Because to me, most of the rewards are trash.
They love the go-kart.
Hell no.
And the penthouse, the zip line.
Oh.
The penthouse is trash. The
Okay,
penthouse is trash, but
okay,
the zip line is dope.
I was about to say, I was
Yeah.
going to start off with a go-kart. The go-kart is the most annoying vehicle there. It is. It's loud as hell, annoying. That noise is loud and annoying as hell, number one. Number two, it's terrible to steer. It's just
It's terrible to steer.
it's a handling nightmare.
Mm.
I use the inline skates more than anything else. To me, that's the best one out of the three or what's available. I'm not gonna buy the bike. I'm sorry. 2K already spent taking enough of my VC, right?
That's-
But look at, come on, man. That go kart is trash, bro. And I'm not even gonna talk about the penthouse, bro.
I feel the same. I feel, don't get me wrong. I feel the rewards aren't to my standard, but to consider that we haven't received anything like that for free without, like an arm and a leg that you would have to give 2K in your time. You would literally have to give them an arm and a leg, half of your soul, before you got any type of level, any type of reward like that. So considering that aspect of it is like, okay, we in a few weeks, I was able to get a penthouse with a zip line to take me different places. A lot of people were able to get like spawn locations, things like that, through the quests. So I just mean to say the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it's something that I've been complaining about over the last few years, where our incentives don't match our investment of time. So, and now it's like, okay, at least they're giving us something. So I feel you in your way, and then again I'm looking at it like, hey, but at least we're getting something. Something, something that gets those endorphins going, and people really like, I gotta grind to get to level 29, and that's like right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the whole year you have to invest to get this kind of reward.
Okay.
And we got 9 seasons to go. Well, 8 more seasons to go. So.
And that's the thing, man. I mean, we didn't have this there, but there's a conversation in the community as well that a lot of people don't like the new system, the new season system. They think that it's taking away something from the grind. It's making people lose interest because people are getting there too fast, man. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think this is all going to be determined on those season rewards. Like you said, this season, the rewards weren't as up to par for veteran players. For new jacks getting on the game, if we consider the new jacks, they're like, wow, I just reached, what I'm saying? I just reached this level. I'm happy. I got this and I got that. They don't really get it yet. They don't really know what we know as veterans. So I think they're going to have to really up those season rewards to make it more interesting. And the season rewards got to have something to do with your gameplay. As always, there's always been something. I like the idea that they're adding. I have mixed feelings, I should say, about the idea that they're adding attributes and things like this to your gameplay. But I think as the year progresses, it's going to create separation.
What are you talking about? What do you mean, like the sleeve that give you the +1 and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And why he could only wear one sleeve? I got 2 arms, man. Like,
I got 2 arms, you can make 1 sleeve.
Let me put on. You get me going. I'm going back to my rants on these season rewards.
I feel you.
Okay, like the +1 badge, like that 1 badge, man. They kind of finessed me. I feel like they kind of lead us to believe that they were giving us 1 for each category.
Yeah.
Then they just when we got there, it was like, here is 1
badge point. To add to that, because this is along with that topic. I don't know if you heard this, but people were coming on to the live stream saying that the 39 season reward to get that badge point changed for current gen.
They don't have it on current gen. They're getting some different stuff.
Like a bundle? It's something like a bundle, right?
Yeah, a bundle with a bunch of stuff. And I ain't gonna front. I might choose that route instead of that 1 badge point. I ain't gonna front.
So late.
It's 1 badge point. All that grind for 1. Man, I got 4 for going to college, bro. Like, literally got 4 for going to college. Yeah. And what do you think about the length of the grind? Like, that's one thing that got a bunch of people upset too. A lot of people, and I think mostly content creators. Like, content creators are upset because a lot of us in the 2K community come up off of that legend grind. That legend grind was important to a lot of people because it tends to, people tend to be really interested to see who's the first legend, because you basically had to know life it. Whereas now you could get a job, get kids, spend time with them, and just spend a few hours in the game and still get to 40.
I think for the veteran players, you like myself, for those players that really understand what it takes to separate yourself from the casual gamer in 2K was hitting legend. And it really showed your investment. And I mentioned this in the beginning of the year. There's going to be a ton of legends this year, and legend is going to lose its allure.
I
It's
think
not going to be a thing anymore to hit legend. You're not gonna. It's not
facts.
going to be the ultimate accomplishment, which is why I thought 2K was going to create something else. I thought
Yeah.
2K would create something else that I thought 2K was going to create an additional option outside of legend or something that was bigger than legend
Uh-huh.
because they made it sound like legend was going to be so easy this year. But they
I
didn't so far.
I mean, yeah, I feel you on that. I feel that, but when you think about 2K market main focus on, and I know if you play Call of Duty, I remember you streaming Call of Duty a few times, right?
Yes.
And if you look at how
I'm
the
used.
seasons are in Call of Duty, it's similar to 2K. They're catered to the casual. Everyone could reach the max out season. Everyone
Yep.
could get it, right?
Yep.
Once you play a few hours a day, you won't get it. You ain't got to know life it. Like, if you grind for legend, like
You know life. You know life. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
focused on
Facts.
legend until you get there, right?
Yeah.
But now they kind of dumb it down for the casual person, which I think is a good thing because more people will be. Yes, you're gonna have damn near everyone in the park at legend, but and you're right, it's gonna take away the law of legend. Now you're not gonna stand out as much, yes, but still you're gonna keep a lot more people engaged and a lot more people in the parks.
For sure. I think from a business perspective, this was a great move for 2K. Get more people out there. Again, this is mainly based in incentives. Incentives in previous versions of 2K, incentives did not match your investment. Like we were just saying, you had to know life the game in
Yeah,
order to hit to get the biggest incentive from 2K. And then at times, what we realized over the last couple of years, that incentive of hitting legend didn't feel good after a week or two. You're just like, hold on, the 10 extra badges don't work, or the 40. I know 10 per category, but it just didn't feel like it added to
yeah,
your
yeah,
game as
yeah.
a legend. You know what I'm saying? So taking that into consideration, I think they did a good business move,
Uh huh.
and it's gonna help a lot of like casuals come onto the game and say the only thing I guess we gotta deal with is the repercussions from these casual gamers saying I'm a legend too and you're trash, and you're gonna get some more people wanting to take out your trash. It's a
Yeah, we cater to the legend, man, because I mean, when they start catering too much to the tryhards or the comp, look what happens, man. Right now, we playing when you go out in the park or whatever, the game looks like you're playing 2K21 current gen. If you think about it, the play style is similar. We as a community, we spoke against it, not so.
yep,
Like we was
facts.
like, we want a different play style, we want different moves, we want different this, we want to remove the speed burst. And as soon as the game dropped, after Mike Wayne dropped their first patch of the unpluckable badge, what happened?
Everything changed. Everything changed because the defense is what balanced that stuff out, and they just kind of minimized the effectiveness of the defense by boosting that unpluckable badge. All too often, I've noticed, and I know I'm pretty sure you can elaborate on this. I noticed that prior to the buff of unpluckable, that if a guard came my way, made the wrong move on the left right, and I'm playing that side, and he came my way, it was a steal. And I've
Facts.
only got a 90 perimeter
Facts.
defense with a 90 steal, and that was happening for me. Now it's not the case. If they bump into me, especially the smaller guards with the higher
Yeah.
ball handle, they able to cut right back,
Yeah,
and I don't get the
100%.
steal. If anything, I'll get a
100%.
foul.
Yeah, I think that unpluckable is on steroids right now. I think it might be overbuffed a little bit. A little
Yeah.
bit. I don't kill your boy for this. I know don't kill your boy for this. Okay. But I think a little bit needs a little bit more tweaking and adjustments along with some other stuff, man. And I was one of the persons that was saying, and I'm a point guard, you know that I'm a point guard, and I gotta deal with reaches every time I step out there. I had to deal with people spamming me when the game dropped. People who's playing bad defensively and getting rewarded as well. But I still understood that the community is what the community is. As soon as you remove that unpluckable, I was like, man, could imagine these point guards without any fear out there running wild. which is what we're seeing right now.
So they did, yeah. And
Yeah,
that's exactly what they did, yeah.
yeah,
Now point guards are running wild and the community makes the adjustment. The community is always going to make the adjustment
facts.
for what allows the best opportunity to successfully shoot out there. And this is what we've done. 2K21, you didn't need it. You could shoot, everyone could shoot, and
Yeah,
they added
on
to
next
that.
gen, not current gen, on next gen.
Yeah, next gen, yeah.
Yeah,
And they add because I played majority after they dropped next gen. I just went on to next gen, and
yeah.
I barely, if ever, went to current
Well,
gen again.
me, I went back because I'm on Xbox, and
Mm-hmm.
that was shutting off my console, man. So I had no choice.
Because
I
the
was
next
like,
gen.
I'm going back to next gen was shutting off my console. No, y'all got
Oh
it good on
no,
PlayStation with next gen. Even now, I'm
scary.
experiencing some shutdown. Yeah, it's scary as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of stuff we deal with on the Xbox. So I went back to current gen, and the speed bursts and stuff. It's like I'm right at home right now. Like the play style right now. What we're seeing in next gen right now for 22 is very similar to what they were doing with the speed burst right now. Just left, right. Hit that Hall of Fame or silver as 2K Labs did elaborate. You told me about it,
Labs.
right? Yeah, that even silver brick wall, you run someone around there twice, they getting hit. Until you get hit,
Facts. Yeah,
they're shot.
2K Labs ran a test on a brick wall recently. They found out that you would get up to 57%. And if you guys don't understand what that means that a guard just has to go left, right one time, go left one time, go right one time, and you as a defender are gonna get hit hard. You're gonna have a hard screen to get by one out of those times. So, and if you
That's
boost that brick
crazy.
wall to Hall of Fame, it goes up to 66%. So,
Bro,
brick
that's
wall is a problem
crazy.
out there.
That's
Yeah.
scary. That's
If
scary.
that's
And
not
uh
that's basically telling us how to play the game. If you have if
huh.
these options have been implemented into the game, the 2K community never surprises us. Every
Facts.
single year they figure everything out
Facts.
and find the most optimal way to create a shot.
Yeah.
Again, keep in mind that 2K21 next gen, we didn't have a left right, we didn't have or need screens.
Yeah. On next gen,
2K20,
for sure.
yep. 2K22, now we're back to the screens instantly, just like that. Matter
Yes.
of 1 year transition, one annual cycle transition. We are now back to screens.
Word.
Point guards quickly realize within one season, they quickly, because everybody started 6'2". So something like that, 6'1", 6'2", maybe 6'2" to 6'4".
Yeah.
Now they quickly realized blinders and
But
Hall of Fame went
could
down.
that be because remember, we had a huge migration of the 2K community to current gen on 21? Could that be because most of these current gen players came to next gen this time around? So they brought that
Yep.
same play style.
Yeah, it's very possible, yeah, because that's exactly what happened. When you consider, I had my finger on the pulse watching what happened, and I remember initially, before the release, they were releasing polls saying which is going to be better, right? And then maybe the first week they released another poll which is better. People were still saying next gen, but a lot of content creators were heavily promoting current gen because from a content creator's perspective, there's more players on
Most
current
people
gen,
across there more views.
more viewership,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it ends up that the game seems to not have stood up to, I guess, the expectation or met the expectation, because now a huge flood is coming over. A flood of players are coming over into next gen and may have brought the 2K21 current gen ideas into 2K22.
Have you touched on current gen at all this year, or
I
even looked
haven't
at
even
it,
touched on it.
or
I
even
haven't
watched it?
even. I've watched it. Yeah,
Uh huh.
I've watched it,
Because
but I
that's one of the
haven't
biggest
loaded up.
battles, you know that, right? A lot of people talking about current versus next gen, which one is the best. I played it. I got a build over there as well, point forward, and the gameplay is very similar, but there are subtle differences. Subtle differences, like in next gen, which I think is a mistake. It's very hard for you to step outside. Very hard. Like you will go in the corners, Last year, as soon as you go in the corner and did a step back or something, you would step out. But now, very difficult for you to step out, right? But current gen, you could step out easily, easily. Like those are the differences. Outside of they have the dunking bar and stuff like that, which a lot of people have concerns about as well. What do you think about that dunking bar, that so-called skill gap that we asked for, that they added?
So when I consider things like the fast twitch badge, which is supposed to boost your dunk meter, standing dunks.
Okay.
When I think about limitless takeoff, when I add these into the equation of how effective or how good the option for a dunk meter is,
Yeah.
I gotta say that it's just an additional element to finishing, because you don't need to activate the dunk meter. You feel what I'm saying? And like you need to
That
activate
is
the dunk.
true. That is
Right?
true. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know the dunk meter. The only time you don't have a choice is if someone throw a lob. But if you're driving and dunking, you could push the right stick up, left or right, just fine. Once you don't pull it down, if you pull it down, then you decided to pull up that dunk meter, right?
You know, it's easy for veterans. It's easy. I think veterans understand already that we're attempting, when we're driving into the paint, we were already under the same. We were probably less inclined to pull down on our stick, because that led into a flashy dunk that you weren't exactly sure what you was gonna get, right?
Exactly.
But if you hit
100%.
right, you knew if you had your straight arm tomahawks on or something like that, you were gonna go into a particular dunk animation. If you hit left, you were gonna get a particular dunk animation up to the two-hand dunks. So taking that into consideration is a lot easier to understand
Yeah.
or appreciate the additional option of having to time your dunks and getting an additional boost for timing them correctly.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. I know a lot of people may not agree with that idea, think the dunk meter's trash because they can't time
They
it.
try, yeah, because I think there's a slight delay. There's a slight delay. But my advice to people is same thing I used to tell people with the shooting bar. You don't focus on the bar. Focus on the release. It's the same thing with the dunking bar. At the peak of the dunk, when your hand stretch out the most or whatever, that's when you release it. Same thing. Know your animation. Same exact thing, right?
Take time and practice.
Exactly, and that's something I think the community needs to adopt a little bit more. You know what I mean? Putting in a little bit of work, a little bit of lab time. You know what I'm saying? Even I see you testing out a lot of badges on a regular, because you want to find out which one works better.
I'd be out there, man. I'd be in the lab. I try to be in the lab, and I think coming from 2K21, and I say this quite often, coming from 2K21, you didn't need to be in that lab. Unless you wanted to become a super elite player,
Yeah.
you didn't need to be in the lab for 2K21. It just catered to poor basketball IQ. This year is not the same. You need a certain level of IQ. Passing lanes are detrimental. Steals are there. And you got this brick wall badge going crazy. You gotta, if you want to go into contact dunk, there's a different selection. They have different options for finishing. So, it's just a little bit more skill that we're gonna have to take some time getting used to. And I gotta say, to add to that, before I gotta say that it seems like this year it's more about your investment, just like Mike Wang had touched based on. Your investment will show. If you invest in this game, it seems like it's going to show.
Yeah, you're right. Because I reach up on people who's dunking crazy with that bar only. Like every time they pull on that bar, they drive to the rim, because when if you master that dunk and that bar, you're a god going to that rim. But it will take some work. Like literally, like they piss me off. Like I'm there contesting, my teammates is there. He's going in and dunking on everybody, just by equipping, not only knowing the bar, but equipping the right dunk packages as well, which is big. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and let's we want to leave them with something, man. We want to leave them with something. We talk about the badges. I know you know the badges. You've been covering the badges like crazy at every level. What are some of your recommendations for overpowered badges?
All right, overpowered badges. Let's get into it, because I got a badge list as well. So I definitely want to pull from that list. And this is to say, as a veteran playing the game, and I've played multiple different positions, different tiers, We know what some standard overpowered badges are that have carried over through the years and maybe even got a buff this year in particular with the defensive buff. But overpower badges recommendations right now, and I know a lot of you guys are shooters out there, so we should get into the overpowered shooting without a doubt.
You're about to break the community.
Yeah, because they love the shooting. They love the shooting,
You're
and
about to
so much
mess up
so,
the community.
so much so that they be like, I'm dropping another $50 or $100 on another build
Yeah.
that's not gonna play no defense.
Ooh.
And y'all may hate
Man,
me. Y'all may hate me for
I ain't
saying
gonna
that.
lie.
But
You hit it right on the
you
nail.
5'7", you a little bit of a liability, and that's a double entendre. You a little bit of a liability at 5'7".
Bars.
So, but facts though, you got the blinders badge, and these
Yeah.
are some obvious
Yeah.
overpower badges. Blinders and mismatch will turn you from an okay or good shooter into an elite shooter, and
Yeah.
that's game changing for a lot of players
Yeah.
if you're able to get those two badges.
And let me pause you for the and turn you to a good defender to a trash defender if you're defending someone with those badges. Continue.
Big facts. You think you go there with your 6'6" super lockdown? Go ahead and go run against those badges.
Facts.
Remember, so keep in mind, you guys that are running 6'6s out there are doing these 5'7s a favor. Not saying that you shouldn't run your 6'6,
That's
but
me.
at 6'6, you're doing them a favor with Hall of Fame mismatch. Keep that
Yeah.
in mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been feeling it, man. You're right. I've been feeling it. Uh-huh.
Mm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got on your list?
Well, I got a ton on my list.
Uh-huh.
I got a video dropping as well. You guys could
Okay.
check that out. And we could
Definitely.
go quickly through some of these badges. Glue Hands is a S tier badge that you guys may want to consider. And if you're a point guard out there, you definitely want to take into consideration that your teammates, you want to highly encourage your teammates to have that Glue Hands badge. It's just going to make the offense flow seamlessly, as opposed to getting fumble animations that slow your player down, fumble animations that allow the defense to make better contests catch up to you on a
Facts.
pick and roll. You want these things to flow seamlessly. You guys may want to consider that Glue Hands badge.
And I agree with that because one of my requirements when you play with me, I'm a point guard. You need at least gold glue hands, man.
Look at that.
You need it. You need it. I got one person that don't have it, and he fumbles the ball all the time. Big Mac, calling you out again. That's my guy. He got silver, and I'm telling you, man. Oh my God! When I pass the ball, it's like that extra second. You know how the closeout system is in this game, man. You right on that one, man.
Yeah,
All right.
you keep in mind as a point guard, you see your players as an extension of yourself, right?
100%.
So if you're seeing them as an extension of yourself and you see that corner open, you know what level of bullet passer you have on, so you know the timing that it's going to take to get to them, and you're already calculating how quickly they should be able to shoot.
Exactly.
That fumble animation will throw everything off.
Everything off.
And it's just a waste of time, because what ends up happening, it chews from the possession, the shot clock, and now you got to work on resetting because the shot isn't there any longer, all because of Glue Hands.
Yeah, 100%. You're right on that one, man. The next one I got, man. I know why you didn't hit this one though.
I got a bunch. But
oh,
yeah,
right.
please.
All right, the bailout. That bailout badge, man. I don't know. I don't think you could play without the bailout this year. You could risk it, but I play against some people with it, and it's almost a guarantee when you contest a shot or they drive and change. Anytime they change your mind, or they see you close out when you're not supposed to, and they're about to take, they cannot pass out that because it's a turnover. That to me is one of the most essential badges, and has been one of my favorite badges in the game over the past few years.
Yeah.
For real.
It's a must. I feel the same way, bro. It's a must. You got to keep in mind as well that Glue Hands is not going to make up for the lack of bailout. Keep that in mind, y'all. The badges do indeed stack, so these badges are going to stack. Your bailout and Glue Hands badge will stack for better catch animations, but if your point guard does not have bailout and you have glue hands on Hall of Fame, if he throws an errant pass or a jump pass, that pass still has the ability to go out of bounds, even if you got glue hands on Hall of Fame, and you cannot blame glue hands. You
Exactly,
gotta consider
100%,
that your
100%,
point guard
100%.
has bailout.
Yeah,
So,
you're 100%, man. And next one I want to highlight, man, that break wall. Oh my God.
hmm,
After you tell me about that 2K Lab stuff,
yeah.
you know what? I started noticing it. I don't know if it's just a placebo effect, but I started noticing it yesterday because we spoke about that yesterday afternoon, right?
Yeah.
And we went and played yesterday evening on stream.
Mm.
And I swear, Jay Easy met up on someone and he's rocking that Pick Dodger high. And as soon as he reached that, run across it the first time, the second time, like he hitting a brick wall. That's it, literally. Had to stop. I'm like, damn, bro. I started like, bro, what's going on? He like, bro, that brick wall, man, I can't get around. I'm like, yeah. They did say you don't even need Hall of Fame to be quite honest, man. Silver and up.
It's a
That's
problem.
scary.
It's a problem. You guys got to keep in mind that 57% is exactly what it means. 57%
It's,
means that 1 out of 2 you're gonna get hit hard.
yeah.
So point guards. If you guys out there, you're on the court. You say, "Man, this guy is just left righting." That's because he done left righted 5 or 6 times. That's 3 or 4. That's 3 or 4 hard
Yeah.
hitting screens right there. So keep that in mind. Yeah, if you guys want to consider brick wall, silver is ideal, but Hall of Fame will put people on the ground. Uh,
Hundred
keep that in
percent,
mind.
man. 100%
Yeah.
facts. 100%, man. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good place for us to end it for the first episode, my G. We gonna keep it short and sweet, and then we gonna bring it live. Y'all
Yes.
gotta show us that y'all want it live, though. We need to see
Yes.
those likes. And my guy, All City, his link gonna be in the description. Make sure to stop by and show him some love as well, man. We need to see.
Appreciate. Yeah.
We need to see that y'all want this live so we could get some live feedback as well. We're going to invite y'all in here, hear your opinion. We got a lot of ideas and different directions we could go with this one. All right, a
Big
lot of
facts.
ideas. You know what I'm saying? You got any last words before we head out?
Hell yeah.
There you go.
All City fam and Brew Squad, I appreciate y'all so much. You already know we've been doing this for a little while now. Brutal Sim on the scene, wicked and mean.
Don't know.
I appreciate you having me here. I appreciate you reaching out to set this up. I appreciate that we have this opportunity with God's blessing and God's grace to make this happen.
Don't
It's a
know.
beautiful thing, and I look forward to continuing this down the road.
Don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good one, y'all. Like it up. Check out All City. Link in the description. You know what it is. We might be coming live depending on how much love y'all show us, man. I ain't gonna front. This is fun. My guy. Have a blessed one, y'all. Peace.
Easy, y'all.